Defensive changes for the Cardinals. Shane Robinson comes into play left field. Skip Schumacher into play right field. And Jason Mott, who got a 4-out save yesterday, will come in to try and earn another one.
Well, Jason Mott's pretty funny. They were talking to him about using a secondary pitch, a breaking ball, curveball, slider. Usually mostly throws his fastball 95, 96 miles an hour. And then they went up to him and asked him, so you've been throwing a breaking ball. What is it, slider or curve? He goes, no, I'm just calling it my secondary pitch. So he doesn't even give a name to what the spinner that he throws in there.
That makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? It's that thing. Of course, Ari Dickey used to throw a pitch that he called the thing, and then it turned into a knuckleball. So who knows what Mott's future is going to be. Still, you watch him throw, and it was this way when the Mets had Henry Owens as well. He still throws like a catcher. Throws that ball from behind his ear.
Well, there's some strange pitchers in my day. There was a guy that used to call his slider the piranha because it ate people up, stuff like that. And then we had one guy that was from Massachusetts that was a player and then became a pitcher. And Joe Torre asked him how many pitches did he have? The meeting of pitchers. One guy would say he had a fastball, curveball, change. He said, well, I've got 10 different fastballs that I use. And of course the whole room erupted and he didn't know why they were laughing.
Now this was Ricky Vaughn in Major League 2.
That's right. It says same personality. Exactly.
3-1 to Willie Harris, who's 0 for 2 and a walk. And Mott behind 3-1. Throws a fastball for a strike. Nick Evans on deck, then Josh Thole for the Mets. The Cardinals 3 outs away from a series sweep, and if they get it, they'll be just 1 game behind the Braves for the National League wildcard lead with 6 to play. Here's ball 4, and Harris is on with a leadoff walk. So the Mets trying to make some noise in the 9th. That's 5 walks by Cardinal pitching today. Coming up right after Ronnie and I are done here, it's Lincoln Postgame Live. Gary Apple and Bobby Ojeda will be along with all the highlights, all the analysis, and they'll take you inside the Mets clubhouse here from Terry Collins as well. Lincoln Postgame Live right after the game right here on SNY. Nick Evans 0 for 3 today and just 1 for 10 in this series. Harris at first and nobody out. And Mott rides one inside for ball 1. Jake Westbrook went the first 6 for St. Louis. He's in line for his 13th win. He allowed a run on 3 hits. Arthur Rhodes a perfect 7th. Octavio Dotel gave up an unearned run in the 8th. And now Mott trying to close it out in a non-save situation in the 9th. There's a strike, 1-1. This is the time of the year where if you're a manager, you don't worry about a save situation. You don't worry about egos. You just make sure you win every game. And that's the mode that La Russa is in right now. And they've won 12 of their last 14 to get to this point.
What a concept. Maybe someone should try it all year.
Josh Thole is out a fine game, is waiting on deck. Slow ground ball. Furcal bobbles it and loses the play. So Furcal, who made a key error last night, turns what looked like a possible double play into no outs.
Well, play getting sloppy here by Furcal. Tries to get rid of it very quickly and hits the lip of his glove. The ball doesn't leave his glove. Just trying to be too quick. In this kind of game where you're just trying to get the outs, just make sure 1. If you get 2, that's great. Just get 1.
Well, he certainly would have had a chance for 2 because Evans is not speedy going home to first. Derek Lilliquist out for a conversation with Mott. A walk and an error have put 2 runners aboard, so the Mets need just 1 more base runner to get the tying run to the plate. Josh Thole, who's had a very good day with the bat, a single and a double, and the only time he was retired he lined out to center field. Thole at the plate. Jason Pridey has come out on deck to bat for Josh Satin as the Mets try and rally in the 9th. Mets have had just 4 hits today, and they've had only 1 hit since the 5th inning when Thole and Baxter had back-to-back hits. And Josh takes ball 1, so the Mets being very patient with Mott. Fernando Salas, the right-hander. Mark Zepchinski, the left-hander, up in the Cardinal bullpen. There's a fastball strike. 1-1 to Tolley. There's Jason Pridey ready to bat for Satin in the 8 hole, the pitcher's spot behind him. Pridey, the only left-handed bat available off the bench today, with Duda out of action. 1-2 to Tolley. Now Mott ahead on Tolley, 1-2. And it's in the air to center field, and Adrian Chambers is there. That's the first out of the inning. So Tolley is retired. Harris and Evans stay put. And now Jason Pridey to pinch hit. Jason pinch hit in the game yesterday against Mott in the 9th inning and popped up. So Pridey batting for Satin. Turner on deck to bat for the pitcher. 6-2 St. Louis in the 9th with 2 men aboard. Pridey just trying to get on to give the Mets a chance. And he takes high for ball 1. So Mott's throwing ball 1 to all 4 hitters he's faced in this inning.
Jason's had a strange year when he's had the ability to play a few days in a row. He's hit pretty good, but only 3 for 24 as a pinch hitter.
And was pretty much overmatched by Mott last night. Late on the fastball, and it's 1-1.
More of a low ball hitter is Pridey. We've seen that as a pinch hitter, they've been just running that fastball away.
A little too high. 2 balls and a strike to Jason. Mott getting a lot of work late in the year for St. Louis. Remember, they started the year with Ryan Franklin as their closer, but he was a washout. Cardinals lost a ton of games earlier in the year when they had leads late. They had to remake their bullpen. When you think about who they're using now, Rhodes wasn't here. Zepchinski wasn't here. Dotel wasn't here. Mott was serving as a late inning guy, but not the closer.
Mitchell Boggs was getting some saves for a while.
3-1 now to Pridey, and he takes ball 4, and the Mets will get the tying run to the plate here in the 9th. So the second walk of the inning by Mott, sandwiched around an error by Furcal, and the Mets have a chance with Justin Turner coming up to pinch hit. Also means, barring a double play, that Reyes will get another at bat, with Reyes standing on deck behind Turner. Justin played second base yesterday, went 0 for 3. He's been the Mets' best hitter with runners in scoring position this year. Reyes is 0 for 3 on the day and has fallen 2 points behind Braun in the batting race. Zepchinski getting ready in the bullpen. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Turner takes it wide, and Mott having trouble throwing a strike.
Furcal's error led to 4 runs yesterday's game. Maybe we can do it again.
No. That's got a leadoff walk to Harris. Evans hit what certainly looked like a potential double play ball to Furcal, but got it in his glove and had trouble flipping it as the ball hit the glove as he tried to toss it. And that cost them a chance for 2 and open up the door. One a note to Justin Turner, and he takes a strike.
Boy, trying to just throw strikes here. Mott's catching a lot of the middle of the plate.
Turner hitting .361 with runners in scoring position. There's the strike, and it's 1-2. A more borderline pitch there from Mott. Well, we've seen Jim Reynolds call a lot of low strikes in this game. It's certainly not the first. So now Justin has to fight out of a hole. One, 2. Fouls off the fastball at 96. Again, the 1-2, and Turner fists one foul into the Cardinal dugout. And make sure you have your thumbs after that. Jason Mott, who was a catcher at Iona College, has come late to pitching. Now the 1-2, and Turner fouls another one. There have been few hitters the Mets have rather had at the plate in these late game situations than Justin Turner. Jason Mott, who came out of Valley Central High up in Montgomery, New York. Sixth pitch coming to Turner. And Justin takes up and in, ball 2.
I don't know how as a manager you can sometimes take watching some of this. You know?
That's why Earl Weaver called Don Stanhouse his closer full pack. 2-2, low and away, ball 3. So now a full count to Turner, and this is turning into quite an effort for Justin. Zepchinski getting ready. You have to figure that if Mott doesn't get Turner out, they'll bring in the lefty to turn Reyes around.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-2 to Turner. And Justin fouls one away. And the battle continues. Turner has 4 home runs this year. Trying to get the measure of Jason Mott, who gave up a home run last night to Willie Harris, but has been awfully good at keeping the ball in the ballpark. It was only the second home Mott's given up this year. Second home run. 9th pitch of the at bat, and Turner takes inside, ball 4, and that forces in a run. So the Mets get their second run on a bases loaded walk in this game. It's now 6-3 St. Louis, and the tying runs are on base for Reyes. 3 walks in the inning to go with an error have produced the run. And Tony La Russa is going to bring in his left-hander to turn Reyes around. So the Mets are not done yet. Turner draws the bases loaded walk. Zepchinski will come in to face Reyes with the bases loaded and 1 out. 6-3 St. Louis. We'll be right back. Mark Zepchinski trying to get the final 2 outs for St. Louis.
Well, the last couple of seasons mostly been a starter for Toronto, but you can see now full reliever. Great strikeouts, innings pitched.
Well, if he were to get the final 2 outs here, it would be the first save of his major league career. Comes into a bases loaded jam with 1 out. The Mets have a run home in the 9th after scoring a run in the 8th. And Reyes is up. He's 0 for 3 in a walk today. Evans, Priddy, and Turner the base runners with 1 out. And Reyes takes low and away for ball 1. The Mets have drawn 7 walks in this game, 4 from the starter Westbrook and the 3 by Mott here in the 9th. Reyes not quite as high a batting average right-handed. He's hitting .328 overall, 2 points behind Ryan Braun for the league lead. And he breaks his bat and lines one over Terrio for a base hit. Evans is in. Friday will go to third. Reyes with his first hit of the day. He loses a bat but gains an RBI and gets the Mets within 6-4. And the bases remain loaded for Tejada.
Well, a good cutter slider in on Reyes, fights it off, and with the infield, the double play depth, could not get back on that baseball. Coterio.
Well, that'll get Reyes up to .329. He's now just 2 0.4 of a point behind Braun. Braun's at 3.2967. Reyes at 3.2948. More importantly for the Mets, they've got a chance to do some big damage against the Cardinals now. 2 runs home here in the 9th. It's now a 6-4 game. The tying runs are in scoring position, and the potential go-ahead run is at first. With Tejada, who had a bases loaded walk in the 5th. He also singled and scored in the 8th. So here he is up with the bases loaded again. This has been a prime situation for Tejada, particularly lately. 5 for 10 with the bases loaded, with 3 bases loaded walks. Single here could tie the game. And Zepchinski steps off on instruction from the dugout because Tony La Russa is ready to make another change. He has a right-hander up in the bullpen. And so it looks like he'll go to Fernando Salas, who has done some saving this year and is going to be asked to save one here. Mets have 2 home in the 9th. 6-4 St. Louis with the bases loaded. We'll be right back. Well, the Cardinals will turn to a 3rd pitcher here in the 9th inning, bringing on Fernando Salas.
24 saves on this season. Good sinking fastball, good curveball.
They'll come in to face Rubén Tejada with the bases loaded and 1 out. The Mets have scored twice in the 9th. 6-4 St. Louis. Friday at 3rd, Turner at 2nd, Reyes at 1st, and 1 out. And Tejada takes one at the knees for a strike. Jason Mott began the inning, walked 3 for Kyle made an error. Then Zepchinski came on, gave up the broken bat hit to Reyes to bring in the 2nd run of the inning. And now Salas trying to save it. And Tejada swings and misses at the breaking ball. 0-2. Angel Pagan waiting on deck. The Mets have just 5 hits in this game, but they've drawn 7 walks.
Outfield extremely shallow. Extra base hit here puts the Mets on top.
Now the 0-2, and Tejada lays off. Ball and 2 strikes. Friday, pretty good speed at 3rd. Turner, decent speed at 2nd, and Reyes not running his best, but still obviously well above average at 1st. He's carrying the go-ahead run in this game. Salas ahead on Tejada, 1-2, and Rubén takes it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernando Salas did the bulk of the closing for the Cardinals in the middle of the year, and being called upon in a huge spot here in a game that the Cardinals just can't afford to let get away. 2-2. Rides inside and a full count. Can you believe this?
No.
From 0-2 to 3-2. The Mets have already drawn 2 bases loaded walks in this game. One from Westbrook to Tejada in the 5th, and one from Mott to Turner here in the 9th. And now it's 3-2 to Tejada with the bases loaded again.
Let's come back in this game. We'll close the coffin, but they'll put 1 nail in it for the Cards.
3-2 to Tejada. And he lips one down the left field line. Back toward the corner goes Robinson. Can't get it. Extra base hit for Tejada. And 2 runs will score. Reyes stops at 3rd. And the Mets have tied the game. Tejada hitting the ball just beyond the reach of Shane Robinson, who had come on for defense. He drives in a pair, and the Mets have scored 4 in the 9th to get even.
Well, they decided with all their core of outfielders that replaced the initial outfielders to play them awfully shallow. And Robinson, with good speed, almost got back to this baseball. So you knew the first 2 runs going to score. But let's watch Reyes to see how he approaches this. Standing on second base. And he could not send him. He was not going to be safe at home.
Yeah, Robinson did a nice job recovering that ball after making the dive, and that's what kept Reyes from scoring. Now they're going to walk Angel Pagan intentionally and bring up David Wright with the bases loaded. So the Mets now poised to try to take the lead for the first time in this game. After trailing 6-1, the Mets scored a run in the 8th, and they've got 4 runs home in the 9th. This will be the 4th walk of the inning. So a stunning development here in St. Louis, with the Cardinals poised to move within a game of the wild card lead. The Mets have taken it to 3 Cardinal relievers in the 9th to tie the game, and now a chance to go in front for the first time. It's been a very rough day at the plate for Wright. He's gone 0 for 4, 2 ground balls, 2 strikeouts. Mets are a fly ball away from grabbing the lead, with Reyes standing at third base. Wright, the 9th man up in the inning. And David takes the breaking ball down for ball 1. Boy, what a road trip this has been for Rubén Tejada.
Wow.
A 3 RBI day for Rubén. A bases loaded walk in the 5th and a bases loaded double in the 9th. He's now 6 for 11 with the bases loaded this year. And Wright fouls it off for ball and a strike. Willie Harris, who got this whole extravaganza started, is now on deck. Reyes at third, Tejada at second, and Pagan at first. Mets have only 6 hits on the day. The Cardinals have 12, but we're 6-6 in the 9th.
Breaking ball has given David trouble all afternoon long.
Tries to tie him up inside with that breaking ball and missed. 2-1. That's the pitch he struck out on against Westbrook back in the 4th. Now Salas with a 2-1, and Wright gets out in front of that and almost takes out half his dugout. 2-2. Smiles all around. Jason Isringhausen protected by the padding.
Veteran move.
So now it's 2-2 to David Wright with the bases full. And David swings and misses at the fastball. And Wright is struck out for the 3rd time today. 2 out.
Well, walked Pagan in front of him to load the bases, and then went right after Wright and blew this fastball by him.
So Salas, after giving up a double and an intentional walk, finally gets an out. And now it's left to Willie Harris, who hit a home run in the 9th inning yesterday to get the Mets within a run. Today he walked leading off the 9th against Mott to get a 4-run rally started. Willie's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks today. Bases loaded, 2 out. And Harris takes low inside for ball 1. So the Mets have batted around here in the 10th inning. Bobby Parnell getting loose in the bullpen, getting ready to pitch the bottom of the 9th. Chris Capuano now off the hook. And Harris takes a mighty rip. 1-1.
Salas, one of the few pitchers that ball moves more when it's up in the strike zone than when it's down. Good fastball.
A ball and a strike to Harris. And Willie takes it wide. 2 balls and a strike. Salas with no room with which to maneuver, pitching with the bases full. Now the 2-1. That's a strike. 2-2.
Line drive, right field, base hit for Harris, and the Mets have the lead. Reyes is in. Here comes Tejada. The throw gets away. 2-run score. The Mets lead it 8-6. Willie Harris down to second base. His 2-out hit in the 9th has given the Mets a 6-run inning and an 8-6 lead in St. Louis.
Great hitting here by Harris. He took the 2-1 changeup for a strike and then was able to put the bat on this one. Line drive to right field. And a nice arm by Schumacher in right field, but errant and by the catcher Molina.
2-run score on the hit by Harris. He takes second on the error by Schumacher.
That was just a great secondary lead by Tejada that provided that run.
So the Mets, who played spoiler in Atlanta by winning 2 out of 3, couldn't get much done the first 2 days of this series. but they've come from 5 runs down in the last 2 innings to take a 2-run lead in the 9th. Willie Harris having himself a big couple of days in St. Louis with the go-ahead hit. Now Nick Evans gets under one to shallow right center, and Schumacher settles under it and then gives way to Chambers, who puts it away to end the inning. But 11 Mets came to bat. Rubén Tejada with the game-tying hit, a 2-run double, and Willie Harris with the go-ahead hit, a 2-run single. 8-6 New York going to the bottom of the 9th.